Welcome to a Farming Simulator 19 crop test with me, MrSealyp. It's test time again, and I haven't done one of these for quite a while. With the recent edition of the Anderson DLC, the Biobaler that does poplar bales has made poplars quite popular again. And people are doing them. Now, when I did the Anderson DLC videos, I found that using the poplar baler, the Biobaler, that I wasn't getting a huge amount per row into the baler. Each bale is only 2,000 litres, but it just seemed to be using up a lot of poplars to get a 2,000 litre bale. Now, I know there's going to be some argument that the poplar bales aren't shredded because you can see they're it's broken them up and bent them round into it, whereas if you use the traditional forage harvester poplar header, it's actually making wood chips. That said, both the bales and the wood chips get sold at the wood chip sell point. I know you can sell the bales as well at the bale sell point, but realistically this is wood chip bales is the way of looking at it. So what I'm going to do is a quick test, to see. I'm going to bale the field and see how many bales I get, each bale being 2,000 litres, and work out the literage I've got by doing bales. I'm then going to redo the field and I'm going to do it with the forage harvester and see how many litres of wood chips we get, because I'm convinced, and I could be way wrong on this, and this is why I'm testing it, I'm convinced we're going to get a lot more wood chips than we're going to get bale litres, if that makes sense. Now, I have saved the game at this point, so what I'm going to do very quickly is jump into the tractor. I'm going to zoom out and up. Now, this field is quite small, and as you can see, the left-hand side, maybe you can see, the left-hand side, I used part of it for the Anderson DLC video. Now, that doesn't matter, because I'm going to do it with the Biobaler. I'm not going to save the game again, but I will reset back to the original save, so I will be back at exactly this point to use the forage harvester. So it's the same field, same poplars, same amount. The vehicles are all brand new, nothing's worn out, everything is as it should be. So test number one is going to be using the Biobaler. How many bales are we going to get out of this field? I'm thinking about hiring a worker actually. How well will this do? Let's see. That's interesting. Doesn't want to. Okay. Then it's all new. This is really unfortunately on FS19 wood chips don't pay out a huge amount anyway, and depending on what map you're on, depending on what economy setting you're on, and depending on whether you get a great demand or not. So that's the first strip, and we haven't even got 1,000 litres out of that first strip. So that's going to be our test, in that when we go along with that with a forage harvester, are we going to get... The problem is they've already started to regrow. So that's actually, in essence, that's actually good for this test, because I harvested these on the Anderson DLC video and they've already started to regrow again. So there was a question that in FS19 do poplars regrow? Yes they do, although I'm going to drive over them again, which isn't really going to help that. Okay, why is that not working? The Biobaler's on. Strange. It doesn't drop down. There we go. Yeah, so it becomes that cost-effective thing that if you are going to do poplars using the Biobaler, it's a cool new bit of kit, it's something different in game, that kind of thing. It only costs 99,000 to buy, or just under 100,000 to buy, and obviously leasing will be cheaper. To buy a forage harvester and header and a trailer, or lease, whichever way you want to do it, is going to work out more expensive unless you already have them. I'm just looking at the literage. I'm looking to see what I'm going to get, because I think I'm going to get nearly a full. So that's 2 strips and a bit to get one 2,000 litre bale. And that is it. The field is cleared. I've got 5 wood chip bales, poplar bales, and you know, technically they're wood chip bales because they sell as wood chips, but as you can see it's kind of poplars rolled up. That's the effect it's giving you. We've got 5 bales, which is 10,000 litres, plus in here we've got another 1,211, so we've got 11,211 litres. It shows down the bottom there as wood chips in the baler, and that's what it will sell as, wood chips. So we've got 11,211 litres. Bear with me 1 second. I'm going to go back to the save game, come back in, and then we'll do it with the forage harvester, because I'm convinced we're going to get more than 11,000 litres putting it through the forage harvester. Could be wrong. That's why we're testing it. See you in a minute. So as you can see, we're back where we were before on the save game where I started. Field's identical, exactly as it was before, but this time instead of using the New Holland, or they're both New Hollands, instead of using the Biobaler, we're going to use the forage harvester and the trailer with the forage header. This is the, I can't remember what name it is now. Let's have a quick look, just in case you've never used it before. On a forage harvester, we'll go down to forage headers. There you go. It's the 130 FB, and that is a poplar header. That's what it's designed for. So let's jump into this. I've got the random trailer. The random trailers hook up to nearly, I think, all of the forage harvesters, because there's still that issue that some of the forage harvesters won't hook up to trailers. And anyway, so let's turn this on. And let's see. Now the first thing we're going to find here is, if I get to the end of the row and I'm already over 1,000 litres, then I know for a fact this is going to be different. That said, it doesn't look like it's going to be. That's the whole point of testing. In my head I had a theory, and I thought, you know what, I'm not sure. Seeing this now, I think they might even come out the same. Just over, so potentially we'll see. Obviously doing poplars on a larger scale makes a massive difference, so the bigger the field the more poplars. I've always found doing them to be very much like doing sugar beet, because it's wood chips, and wood chips don't pay out massively. You get high yields but low pay, so you have to do big fields to make any money, and you can make really good money doing it, but you have to have a lot of them for it to work. And there you have it. We are done. 11,022 litres. That has really surprised me. I really thought it was going to go the other way. So it actually turns out, using the Biobaler and doing round bales of wood chips, off that field I got 11,200, just over. Doing it loose, using the front poplar wood chipper on a forage harvester, I only got 11,022. So if you are going to do poplars, both harvesters will do the poplars at 4 miles an hour, so there's nothing to be gained. Even if you got less poplars but this was faster, that might be a better alternative. They both run at 4 miles an hour. If you're going to do poplars, the Biobaler is going to net you more litres per field than doing it that way. That's a result, people. Not the result I was expecting, and that's why we test these things. So yeah, if you're going to do it, not only does that look cool, it's new in game and it's all fancy and whatnot, and you may have done poplars already before on FS 17 or 19 using a forage harvester. That's the way to go, the Biobaler. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.